How would they? I would have loved to see my friends at the back. Well, good morning again. I resume here as the new DG of the Capital Territory. And I'm taking my time to study what is on ground. And I felt it's important that I meet my friends in the media. I've been speaking to this morning just to formally tell the media that His Excellency, Right Honorable Sheriff of Breifing has deemed it fit to ask me to anchor this aspect of his job to provide more agenda to Deltans. And I felt that the job will be more difficult. It's not going to be as interesting as it should be if I don't meet the media. And the first agenda for this media briefing is to buy the support of the media. We know that the Capital Territory is the face of Delta. And as you step into Delta, every impression is created from what you see from the airport or from the land when you are coming in. And to be able to structure it properly, we require the media. And that is why I felt that I should be with you this morning to let you know that I've properly reported for duty. Key areas that we believe will make the capital city, among others, an interesting place to be in. First, this is the security of the Capital Territory. And you know that security is a very, very difficult issue. And having operated with them before, we want to assure Deltans living in the Capital Territory that security of lives and property in this territory is still being taken very seriously by the government of Right Honorable Sheriff. We work very closely with the Security Council, which comprises the police, army, with the Director General of the State Security Services being part of it. Before now, we have been meeting with different stakeholders. We have also started our meeting with all the traditional rulers in the Capital Territory to equally pull their support. And we think first what we require most is the citizens participating in the issues of security, promptly reporting to strategic numbers where we'll be able to respond properly. We've met the Yoruba community, we've met the Hausa community. We met the shop owners, the business owners in this environment, and we'll continue to engage them. The last of which was meeting with the landlords, the business owners, the artisans, their top leadership yesterday. And the enthusiasm they've all shown is that everybody has accepted the fact that having a beautiful, clean, and secure capital territory is the business of all. The last this morning, which is leading us to breaking our radio and television campaign, is meeting with the media, because there's no way we can succeed without the media supporting us and carrying the message. One of the key areas that the Capital Territory Agency will be looking at is infrastructural development. The government has awarded a lot of contracts for roads to make the city a beautiful place. We have met with contractors. We have listened to challenges that they have. But most importantly is that the rains have come and the rains are going now. And we have met with them. We have directed that they should please move back to site as we are brought up, as long as all things being equal, we are not going to give room to any contractor that will hold us to ransom. So we believe that the capital city will be clean, will be green, and will be secure. And part of the security will have to do with us meeting up with all the roads that the government has commissioned us to construct. We've started visiting them, we're meeting, some of them are already back on site, and they've all started work. I've talked about security, I've talked about infrastructure development, but the one that you visibly see is sanitation. Like I engage other stakeholders, if you and me can keep my compound and surroundings clean, then the capital city will be very clean. But if I'm dirty and you are, then we're all going to survive. There are areas that can be considered no man's area, but government area. We have a number of sweepers we have deployed, and we are jigging them, we are reviewing the operations. We are putting more forceful sanitation officers that are going to lead this pack. And I'm very sure that any moment from now, you will notice great changes. We will equip them. But one of the big problems we have is that we've been having issues with our dump site. And that is why you see that most people, most times when your bin is filled up, they are not easily available to come and carry them. But we have already deployed all efforts to secure another dump site. And within this period of the media campaign, I'm very sure that we will have been able to secure it and we'll be able to move your bin. I've met with the Ministry of the Commissioner for Environment to collaborate on these waste disposal issues. But for us in the agency, we are expected to sweep the roads, and when you sweep the roads, you gather the dirt in one point. If the Waste Management Board does not come to pick it, we are not going to leave it there unpicked. So we have also made the contingency plan to see that when we sweep, we are able to pack them away. But I think some of us litter the road on our own. But if we take the business of sanitation as everyone's business, the fact that you can beckon on your friend, pick that thing up, I think it can add to the aesthetics of the city. So what we're trying to do right now is to carry out a campaign. After 2 weeks of this campaign, we're going to have a road show, which is to talk about greening the capital city. For now, we are going to carry a campaign for cleaning your environment and cleaning your offices and your shop. And we are going to particularly lead it because we go to house. We have our sanitation officers and sanitation supervisors who are going to move from house to house to keep educating people. Like I said, I've met with stakeholders, and those stakeholders have assured me that they will also talk to themselves. I've talked to business owners. I'm talking to you, the press, now, because I know you're the eye of everybody, that you can also help us to create that consciousness that we must keep the city clean. There are a lot of places where we have food shops, and it's also a garden of debt. We have already met with all of them. For now, we are not going to be interested in building new shops. We are going to review what we have, and we'll make sure they are operating in the right direction and make sure that those environments are kept clean. So part of it again is that I want to beg you to also be part of our sanitation ambassadors. That is exactly what I require from the media, to please help us carry this message physically through your medium and your neighborhood. The key message is that those who use the setbacks and constructing illegal structures on it, we want to, by this medium, beg that they should remove it now. If you have any illegal structure attached to houses, you know them, please, we want to beg that you should remove them. We want to beg that you should not throw bins into the drainage in front of your house. We want to beg that you should not litter the front of your houses. You can use your nylon bags to pack them, you can buy your bins to put it. The agency is already making arrangements to see where we can get it in a cheap way so that people can easily afford it. So the clearance, the waste bin, we will try as much as possible to make it affordable and ready for people to buy. Why I'm saying this is we are running this campaign first for the first 21 days, after which we're already in discussion with the Chief Judge of the state to set up mobile courts. But I would not like to start with the mobile courts. I want to make sure that the message is carried to everybody in the capital city, so that if you do what is right, I don't have to come and start pushing around and using the mobile court to chase anybody. But what is important is that we provide a waste dump. We assist through our PSP to come and clear them. It's a priority. We must do that, because if we don't move those bins from your houses when you have paid, we have no right to bring the mobile court to you. So that space we give, but it's good that people are alert. If we start enforcement, we come to your house. We don't care whether the water moved the bin to the front of your house. Once we see it in front of your house, then you have the place to answer. We want to believe that people would learn to keep their buildings clean, especially the one that faces the road. So what we are trying to do in this briefing is just to carry the press along to please appeal to the citizens of Delta, especially the ones who are Deltans and the ones who are visitors, our brothers from the neighboring places. If Asaba is secure, it will be good for all of us. But if you aid the insecurity in Asaba, you will face the full weight of the law. I think the best thing first is, in Igbo language, they say, for Ababaji. What it means is that what you discuss does not cause problems. So our discussion now is to appeal to everybody in the capital city to help us keep peace. We have been talking to the Okada people, we have spoken to the Arewa group, and we want to believe there will be improved relationship in the way we relate. And I think the Okada people will also note that the movement of Okada in certain areas in Asaba had long been banned. So we'll also want to advise that they keep to the roots that is given to them and allow some sanity in the areas where we've asked them not to apply. We will try to be more corrective than pushing people around. But when we have given sufficient knowledge and sufficient information to people, then we will try to enforce. So I want to beg gentlemen of the press, this is the reason why I've called you. And I want to appeal that you should kindly assist us in carrying this message, especially as we bring the campaign for secure, clean, and green capital territory. God bless you.
Honorable security, on the issue of security, more, and the head of the issue of, and if you remember
the new Ukah, they are also always the criminals. What with
my brother.
yes, sir.
At least before I have knowledge of the plan of organizing the World Security Council, and I'm very sure that it's a top issue, a top security issue. The strategy the government want to apply, I want you to please permit me not to make it a media discussion, but I can tell you that it's top on the beat. Top on the beat very soon. When you talk of issue of drug, it's an underground thing, and very soon you will see that. Sanitation stop with refuse. I told you now that we are starting this campaign to beg people to do what they need. But we have our own strategy on how we want to go about it. First, we are going to do a massive cleaning of the drains. We are going to do some distillations. So when we do this, we'll first clear our drains. The government is going to do some cleaning very soon. So once we do that, like I said, we are now advising, it's your duty to make sure that the drain in front of your house is not stopped. So if even somebody comes in the night to dump it, after the period of the warning, when we start and they drive through your house and we see it, not only that you will be fined, the enforcement, you will pay for it. The enforcement is now we provide the labor, we will do the labor, we will clear it, and you pay for it apart from the sentence. So we are leaving the enforcement first now. We will first do the first job, then we will now invite people to please take care of their children. Now, at the Ukah junction, that is at the Ukah bridge, the airport building, the pumps managing to create that
So we have done so much workshop until government make
They said at some point the job we went on. On the livestock, we have a livestock committee, which is a federal committee domesticated in all the states. And the chairman of that committee is the Commissioner for Agric. So the issue of the movement of livestock in the city, we will try and impress it on them. And the route can be rechanneled. But I know that if they do their work, we will not be having much of the problems. On Okada, I think I mentioned that of Okada. You know, sometime there was a ban on the Okada association. And I think that in a little way slowed down the control on them. But I know that the government is doing something about it. At any moment from now, something will happen. But by extension, we have met with pockets of them. Like I've just said now, the SSG's office is going to release a re-emphasized ban on certain roads and the timing that they move. So that will be done. And we pray. My own strategy is that when we keep talking, people, because once you are rational, you will listen when people are talking to you. But when you are rational, when you have more people that are rational, you have less people who are going to be deviant. So it becomes easier for you to punish those deviants. So we'll keep talking to them. Like I told them, those stakeholders, we are going to be meeting them periodically. As we see the improvement, we'll keep talking. And I think with that, we'll be able to do it. I am very sure that the people I'm seeing in this room, I know the kind of contacts you people have. I know when you talk to people, they will know it's a serious matter. I know that when you tell somebody, if a pressman here tells someone, they're not going to spare you if you do that thing, they will take it serious. But if you people like you say, no man, they're not talking, they talk. So when we now come, it becomes a surprise to them. So let's not give them a surprise. Let them know that it's real. And all will be well. I didn't talk about entertainment. I will tell you, we will try to change the social life of Asaba. I can assure you that from next year, at least every month or every other month, there will be something that is coming from here to make the fun life in Asaba change. That I can tell you. That's our thought. We will do it. We talked about Ukah and the program in Ukah. That's what I asked me. My suggestion is something. But for me, I will treat them as a